to Action Fan and welcome back to the Collector's Diary, where we share things we've been buying and things we've been doing. Right, without further ado, let's get into the bits that we've been buying. Now, first off, my wife and my daughter went to visit New York recently. Unfortunately, I couldn't go with them because of ill health. With the strict instructions that I wanted the G.I. Joe. Now, unfortunately, my wife couldn't find anywhere that sold original G.I. Joes. She didn't want to come home empty-handed, so she came home with this guy. So here we go. Now he's got G.I. Joe written on his shorts, so I'm presuming he is a G.I. Joe, and obviously a later edition. Strange markings on his shoulder. Don't know what that's all about, but he's pretty dapper anyway. I'll have to do some research whether he is a G.I. Joe or what he is, but it was nice of her to think of me anyway, so we got that. She managed to find a couple of hats at the same sale, and what appears to be quite a modern era jungle hat, or maybe Vietnam era, that kind of era. There you go, nice jungle hat. Don't know what's going on with these straps, but we seem to have straps everywhere. I think the elastic's gone. I think that would have gone around there at one stage. But anyway, we can do something with that. Put that on the table. And this one I really like. This is a sand-coloured beret. I don't recognise the insignia. You American people out there, maybe you can tell me what that insignia represents. Next item that I bought off Vinted, I believe. Put the price up here. Now this appears to me to be a 40th body, and it's suffered with all the problems that they do suffer with. It's cracked everywhere. That's broken to pieces. Big cracks down the legs, big cracks down the thighs, and a big hole on the inside. So should have looked a bit closer with this. I just thought he was missing parts. I didn't realise he was broken. So a great buy really, but I can do something with that. As I'm able to 3D print parts, I can just print as many parts as I want. Although I do have some original spares anyway, so we're looking to fixing him at a later date. Next on the list, we bought an entrenching tool, a green one. We're going to look into using these with my 8th Army. Now, I ordered 2 of these, so I'm not sure if I haven't received it or I have, and I can't find what I've done with it. But there is 2 of these on order, so that's the next item. Right, following along the 8th Army theme, I've ordered an array of bits and pieces. Now these are kind of lumped into one, so I will put some prices up. All 8th Army stuff. We've got 2 pairs of cream coloured socks. We've got some more webbing, socks. The majority of this I bought from eBay off a seller called Tommy Bits. Now I think they're getting these from vigostore.com because they are identical. So what I've got is I've got webbing, the dress socks, I've got some ammo pouches, I've got a period correct rucksack. Now the rucksack I've put on him at the moment is a more modern looking rucksack, so I wanted something more period looking, and that's the kind of thing they would have wore. I can put some pictures up for you to see here. Right, so I've got a water bottle cover, and so I can connect the water bottle to the webbing. There you go. Obviously I'll give you a closer look at these a bit later. Then I brought this because, again, from Tommy Bits, I believe. Now I saw this and the jacket is perfect. When I look at the officers in the 8th Army, they wore something very similar to this. So this is what I'll be using for my officer or for a slightly different officer. So I'm not really made up my mind yet. My officer's going to be wearing, but I think maybe it's going to be that now. And a slightly darker pair of shorts. So whether he's going to be wearing them, I don't know. Like I said, I've got a few more bits coming for this project. Headscarf. And a nice looking band to go around the headscarf. And next is a sand coloured pistol belt and holster. There you go, that is the belt from the webbing, and there's a holster as well that goes with that. Now, I've not seen that on vigostore.com. Those ease are slightly dearer than vigostore.com. When it comes to all the postage, it's cheaper for me to buy this from eBay, and that's from a seller called Tommy Bits. Right, on a similar theme, I bought from Van Man again, I think, but if not, I'll put it up. From eBay, I brought myself a fastener for the dispatch rider helmet and one of the other guys, I believe, maybe the helicopter pilot. And I think they call this Captain Cosmos webbing. Now, originally brought this with the idea that I was going to use it with my 8th Army, but now I've got the other type of webbing, I might not use it, but I might. Just another thing that I can use to do some kind of a kit bash. Right, there you go. So that's the desert theme. Right, next I brought something that you might have seen on Facebook, that I spent more money than I think I should have done, but I looked around and couldn't find one. This was the only one I was seeing on eBay. Getting pretty frustrated, and I toyed with, well, let me show you first. So this is it. This is for the Combat Marine. So I needed this with the beret to complete the uniform. So I contemplated using the Mountain and Arctic white one. I've got 2 spares, and I did contemplate dyeing it. But one, I thought I didn't know the exact right colour, and could I get the right colour? And 2, I thought by the time I spent £10 on the dye and messing around, and it probably wouldn't be the exact colour, and it might not be even. I will have a go later though, because I am intrigued. But in the end I pulled the trigger. So I think that was something like £27 plus £3 something postage. I've padded it out a little bit, but there you go. So the Combat Marine pouch, I believe that's right. Please, you guys, let me know. I believe that's an original. And also for the Combat Marine, I managed to pick up what I think is his beret. I don't think it's Tom Stone. There's no badge on it. I think it is Combat Marine. You guys will always let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong in the comments. Right, so that's that and that. Right, moving on, I bought 2 Grenadier Guard uniforms. I am extending my 24 foot, although really I need to get back on that because I haven't finished the ones I've already started. But anyway, so I went ahead and I bought 2 pairs of trousers, 2 bearskins. Now, I don't know if you notice, one's a much shorter one. So, I don't know if there's anything different. Now, one's really tall. One's a lot newer. The left one's a lot newer. Is that 40th? Is this Tommy gun or something like that? Somebody said the Tommy gun was shorter. Or is one just the 40th and this one an original? I don't know. Anyway, I didn't really buy it for the bearskins. I bought it for the tunics and the trousers. Now, this one is really in a bad condition. I'm going to have to recolour the buttons. As you can see, it's a bit drab. And the trousers are quite faded. But the second one, I believe it's a 40th, and the reason why I think that is it's got no label. It feels very stiff and very brand new. If you watch my videos, you know I don't mind 40th. I actually really like them because if they're done well, the uniforms, which all of them seem to be, they're actually like having new uniforms. So why wouldn't you want them? Unless you're a complete purist. Now this is for my 24 foot anyway, and the trousers are the type with the seams in. Now there's ones without the seam down the front. These ones have got a seam down the front and the back, sewn in seam. I've got a pair like that over there as well. Don't know if that makes them 40 if there's no label in them, or does that make them Tommy gun? I really don't know. So I'm happy with that because that can go towards my 24 foot. Probably won't use the scruffy one, but I'll probably use the newer one. Or that might go on my Grenadier Guard, and the Grenadier Guard that I've got over there, maybe his uniform can then go on to be the 24 foot. And to go with the same theme, Stokesy made me up a couple of Pith helmets. Now, originally I was going to add my own badges because I bought some, but then I couldn't find them, and then I found them again. So he did put a couple of badges in for me. All I've got to do is glue them on, so that's not a problem. They're fantastic. These are by far the best Pith helmets. I've 3D printed one, but they're nothing like these. That you got the texture of the cloth. Don't know how he does that, and they're just amazing. They really are spot on. So thanks to Coxie. If you go on eBay, I think he's there as Stokes something or other. I'll put the link up now. But these are brilliant. I really think these are spot on. Right, next I brought a weapon. I think it's called a Mauser. Now I don't know why I brought that, because I've actually got the STL to print these up, and I have printed up one of my own. The one I printed up, I haven't cleaned it up yet, and it was my first print. I had to resize this myself. Now this is a slightly different one. This one's got an extended magazine. This one looks like it's almost got no magazine. Now what the difference is between them two, I'm not really sure. But this is my printed one that isn't painted. Needs a bit of rubbing down here and there and a bit of paint. And this is the one I brought. Don't think that's Action Man. Although it looks like it because it's blue and brown. I didn't know if Action Man actually did these. But you guys will let me know in the comments. Is that Action Man or is that something else? Right, so next to go with my 24 foot or my 8th Army, I managed to find a pair of lace-up boots, but looking at them, they don't look like a pair. Look like a bit of a mix and match situation, but it's not the end of the world for me. I don't mind that. It don't really show. One needs a bit of a polish. And the very last thing we brought was late issue German webbing. Now, these are really sought after, I believe. Don't know if this is a 40th. It doesn't feel like a 40th, but it just feels a little bit older and worn. It seems like it's all there. Anything is, the bayonet and scabbard is missing like always. Such a shame. But there you go. So now I've got myself another Stormtrooper late issue webbing set. So I'm really chuffed about that. Okay, so very last thing that we bought was some gripping hands. I normally buy these, what, one a week or something like that, because you know you always need them. Lately I forgot to buy any, so I've used up my spares. Always need these. If you're going to be buying second-hand Action Men, you're always going to need these. So I thought, rather than just buy one pack this week, I went out and I bought 6. So there we go. So that is our haul for this week, or maybe over a couple of weeks, I'm not sure. Quite a good haul there, and I'm quite chuffed with the bits we've got. So all that's left for me to do is give you a close-up look. Thanks for watching this episode of Collector's Diary, where I show you all the bits and pieces I've been buying and anything else that I've been up to. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next exciting episode.